What's up YouTube? I am ZW and welcome to the series where I customize 1/6 scale figures, be it originals or knockoffs, to make them better. Well, in my own eyes, because you can't please everyone, right? This week's video is a tribute to our first ever MCU Captain America. Let's bid farewell to Steve Rogers by customizing 3 figures of Steve at different phases of his life. I'm gonna try to do something known as the Phicen Swap, that I'm gonna saw a figure's leg to make it shorter. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at the Headsculpt I'm repainting today. This one is by Elite Toys, and as usual, the promotional photos look so perfect, but when you get it, the final product is crap. That's why I need to repaint it. So the next head is a recast of Hot Toys Avengers Captain America. I think the sculpt is really good, and I'll try to copy the paint application according to Hot Toys promotional photos. And for the third head, which I will not be repainting today, is by VFS Toys. I have shaved his jaws down a little and covered it up with some paint to make it look like skinny Steve Rogers. Not the best work I've done, but majority of his face will be covered up by a helmet, so it doesn't matter. I know you must be wondering which 3 phases of Cap I'm trying to recreate. If you haven't guessed it yet, the skinny Steve Rogers of course will be Steve Rogers before he got transformed. And for the recasted Hot Toys sculpt, I think the hairstyle suits the time when he got buff after coming out of the machine. So this is gonna be Buff Rogers. And for this sculpt, with his hair all combed back, looking slick AF, endgame Cap. I've already gone through a large portion of my creative process, so here's a playlist on the top right corner. Watch those videos to learn more. Now a short painting montage. Finally, something new. Let's talk bodies, okay? This is the original Hot Toys Steve Rogers stealth suit. The problem with this figure is the articulation. Basically, it had a fat suit underneath, which I have removed. And even after you have removed it, the articulation is too bad. Look at this. This is what it can do right now for the arms. And this is what it can do for the legs. It's bad, isn't it? So now we want to remove everything and swap it into a Phicen body, hence the term Phicen Swap. And I know that modifying an original figure sounds really intimidating, sure, especially when it's so expensive and you don't want to ruin it, but it's not particularly hard, nor was it easy. Well, you can see it for yourself. You know, you don't want to force it and make it break, but sometimes you do need to use a little force to get things done. This is the Phicen body we are going to use. This brand of silicone bodies is very well done. The posability is up there, and you know what, I'll show you after the swap. And I'm reusing the fat suit because this silicone body may be flexible, but it is not bulky enough to be Captain America. Okay, this was before. Now, are you ready? Look at this. Yeah, basically, he can do all kinds of stupid. It's awesome. Here is another similar silicone body, which is from Toys Wolverine, and I'm gonna use it for Buff Rogers. But this is not really well done. There are already cracks all over the place. I don't want to talk about it. but the proportion is very nice, and just a simple head swap and we're done. The next and the last body mod we're gonna do is to make a teenager body for Skinny Rogers. And for that, I'm using a female body because they are already naturally tinier than standard male bodies. But Skinny Steve is actually shorter than a female like Peggy Carter. So we're gonna saw a portion of his legs and glue part of it back. To keep in line with YouTube policies, I'm not gonna show the sawing process because I don't want to get demonetized. And this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's now slightly shorter than Peggy Carter. I'm not sure if it's too short, but we'll see later. For the outfit, I'm gonna use Mike Toy's outfit, and I think it fits pretty well.
I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
How do you feel?
Taller. On your left. On my left. Got it.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Captain Sam, you hear me? On your left. Avengers!
Assemble.
So what do you think about this week's customizations? Personally, I don't have one that I really like because none of the sculpts were particularly good. I was really looking forward to painting this Hot Toys recasted sculpt, but I realized it has lost a lot of the details. Maybe it has been recasted too many times and it's just not as good anymore. Unfortunately, I did not manage to salvage this Elite Toys head sculpt with my repainting skills, so I will be on the lookout for a replacement head. Maybe a follow-up video for Cap when I do find one. But yeah, I hope this video was useful to anyone out there having issues with articulation, curious about swapping bodies, or having trouble finding one that is smaller than the standard bodies. If it helped you, do consider to
like, subscribe, turn on notification bell.
As per usual, stay to the end of the video for a hint on upcoming videos. Bye!
Noob Monster.